Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel SS Analysis. First of all, I would like to tell you that if you are watching this video first time, subscribe my channel to see my more upcoming videos on analysis of different commodities and equity indices. And second important thing is to watch this video till its end to understand this solely to take your decision. Your work will motivate me to be regular in working more for you. So let us start the day to analyze the movements of natural gas futures in different time frames. So friends, here you can see a weekly chart of natural gas futures. So friends, here you can see that how the natural gas futures started an uptrend during the last week of December 2021 from the levels of $3.488, and from here this uptrend continued when the natural gas futures tested a high during the last week of January 2022. So here you can see that how the natural gas futures found a steep upward move during the last week of February 2022 when the natural gas futures tested a high at the levels of $7.342. But here you can see that how a sharp sell-off was seen in natural gas futures from these levels, and the natural gas futures finally closed this week well at the levels of $4.622, and from here once again the natural gas futures tried to find a breakout well above the 26 days moving average in a weekly time frame during the last week of January 2022, but once again this selling continued during the next 2 weeks, and the natural gas futures once again found a base here at the levels of 3.939 during the first week of February 2022, and from here once again we have seen an advent of an uptrend from the second week of February 2022 from the levels of $4.103, and from here this uptrend continued when the natural gas futures tested a high at the levels of $9 during the first week of May 2022. So here you can see that how the natural gas futures found some resistance at the psychological resistance at $9 during this week, and here some selling was seen when the natural gas futures finally closed this week at the levels of $8.065. So friends, here I find that the level of $8.065 seems to be a launching pad where the natural gas futures found a good bounce once again during the last week of May 2022 when the natural gas futures tested a high at the levels of 9.4, but some selling was there and the natural gas futures continued to sustain well above the levels of 8.503. So friends, here you can see that how the natural gas futures found good buying support below the levels of 8.5 during the last week of May 2022. This ensured the continuity of this rally when the natural gas futures found a final support at the levels of 8.011 during the first week of June 2022 when the natural gas futures showed an extremely volatile move during this week and tested a peak at the levels of 9.655. So here you can see that how the natural gas futures have finally found a seasonal peak during this week, but a sharp sell-off was seen here that resulted in a weekly closing at the levels of 8.844, and once again the natural gas futures tried to break the levels of 9 but could not succeed here during the next week, and the sharp sell-off continued from the levels of $8.954, and this selling spree continued to drag down the natural gas futures during the next 3 weeks when the natural gas futures finally tested a low at the levels of 5.346, and here you can see that how we have seen a bouncing move once again during the last week when the natural gas futures started to move upward from the same levels, and here you can see that how we have seen a sharp buying support well below the levels of 5.651. So friends, here I find that the immediate launching pad seems to be at the levels of 5.651. So here you can see that how the natural gas futures found strong buying support below this level when they tested a low at the levels of 5.330 during this week, but here strong buying was seen during this week that resulted in a sharp upward move up to the levels of $6.379. So here you can see that how the natural gas futures behaved during the last week when the natural gas futures started the week from the levels of $5.701 and tested a high at the levels of $6.379 and a low at the levels of 5.330 and finally closed the week at the levels of 6.069. So friends, here I find that finally the natural gas futures successfully closed the last week well above the immediate support at the lowest of 6, and here I find that the natural gas futures could start the upcoming week well above the lowest of 6.112, and here a big out move could be seen. So friends, here I find that if the natural gas futures start the upcoming week with a gap up opening well above the lowest of 6.112, we'll see an upward move when the natural gas futures could try to sustain well above the levels of $6.385, and here the natural gas futures could try to cross the immediate resistance at the levels of 6.508, and here a breakout well above this immediate resistance could keep this uptrend intact, where the next resistance can be seen at the 26 days moving average, which is currently at the levels of 6.722, and here a breakout could push the natural gas futures well above the next psychological resistance at $7 during the upcoming week, and here I find that if the natural gas futures successfully find a breakout well above the next psychological resistance at $7, we will see this uptrend to continue. So friends, here I find that finally the natural gas futures have found a base here, and this ensures a reversal in natural gas prices as the geopolitical move seems to be in favor of both, and on the other hand, weather could remain extremely hot in most part of the US that could generate higher demand during the upcoming week. Here I find that the overall trend could remain extremely bullish, but the volatility could continue till a breakout well above the 26 days moving average. This uptrend will continue during the upcoming weeks. So friends, here I find that before the end of this month, we'll see a breakout move well above the levels of 7.860. So friends, now let us check this move in a daily time frame. So here you can see that how a breakout was seen in natural gas prices on last Thursday, when here you can see that how the natural gas futures started the day from the levels of 5.474 and tested a high at the levels of 6.369. So this move ensures a breakout move shortly where the natural gas futures could continue to rally. So friends, here I find that during the upcoming week, natural gas futures could try to sustain well above the immediate support at the levels of 6, and on the upper side I find that a breakout well above the levels of 6.297 will confirm the continuity of a breakout move during the upcoming week, where the next resistance can be tested at the levels of 7. So friends, here I find that if the natural gas futures find an entry inside the Ichimoku cloud, we could find some resistance at the 26 days moving average, which is currently at the levels of 7.494, from where some sell-off can be seen. But here I find that the overall trend could remain bullish, because here I find that if the natural gas futures find a sustainable move well above the 26 days moving average in a daily time frame, we could find this move to continue up to the upper end of Ichimoku cloud, which is currently at the 8.454. So friends, here I find that the volatility could remain extremely higher, but here I find that the natural gas futures could find a breakout well above the upper end of Ichimoku cloud before the end of this month. So thank you friends, thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, don't forget to share this video with your more and more friends. Thank you.